Friday, February 24, and time for your Barbados Day afternoon update. I'm Kamar Jordan. So glad you could join us. The question on everyone's lips at this hour is, who will be the next central bank governor of Barbados? This, as word came this morning, that the embattled governor, Dr. Delal Worrell, has been fired. Barbados Today understands that the issue is also on the table at this hour as the central bank's 6-member board meets to deliberate on a suitable replacement to Worrell. Well-paid sources tell Barbados Today the appointment could be made as early as today. Dr. Worrell's official departure comes 24 hours after the Court of Appeal quashed his legal challenges to block his dismissal from the post. His attorney, Gregory Nichols, confirmed that the governor has received his walking papers. However, he declined to comment on his client's next move. Meantime, Prime Minister Frendo Stuart stayed clear of any talk of the governor's sacking this morning. However, he had a lot to say about housing, as he zeroed in on his government's efforts to provide housing for more Barbadians under the Housing for Every Last Person program. The Prime Minister admitted that it's not working. This morning, he raised concern that there were far too many unoccupied housing units. Addressing the public launch of the amendment to the Physical Development Plan at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center, Prime Minister Stuart said that in 2000, the number of unoccupied houses stood at 9%, but has since skyrocketed to 17% 10 years later.
This is the trend island-wide. For example, for the parish of St. Michael, the rate was 6.6% in 2000 and 11.2% in the year 2010. It is a situation that we cannot ignore, and I understand that the relevant agencies are in the process of detailing clear procedures for working with property owners in order to ensure that these properties can be used to provide housing solutions for Barbadians without, of course, doing any violence to property rights. This action will assist the government in achieving its objective of housing every last person.
The Prime Minister is hoping that this issue and others will be addressed in the final draft of the Physical Development Plan, which is expected to be on his desk by the middle of this year.
This document will reflect the feedback and input from the public during the consultation exercise. Once I have perused the document and am satisfied that it is a fair and accurate reflection of the interests of all Barbadians, including those to whom I alluded earlier, I will give the green light for the formal public inquiry to proceed.
Some positive developments now. A top honor for local Pan Africanist David Denny. Last evening, he was awarded one of Cuba's highest honors, the Medal of Friendship. Reading the citation for the award, which was signed by the late Cuban President Fidel Castro, Cuban Ambassador to Barbados Francisco Pina said Denny has been recognized for being a special friend of Cuba for almost half a century.
He's also founder of the Cuba-Barbados Friendship Association and his president for almost 15 years, as well as Secretary General of the Caribbean Movement of Peace of Integration. Second, the president of the Cuban Institute of Friendship with the Peoples is in charge of arranging everything related to the delivery of this medal by this agreement. Third, to be published in the official Gazette of the Republic for convenient purpose. Done at the Palace of the Revolution in Havana, October 19, 2016, year 58 of the Revolution. Raúl Castro Ruz, President of the State Council, Republic of Cuba.
And of course, we want to join there in congratulating Denny, who's of course been a faithful friend of Cuba.
There's regional and international news after this short break. It's the celebration of agriculture, 50 years and beyond. Come and experience this year's AgroFest exhibition at the historic Queen's Park on February 24th to 26th.
Box offices: Barbados Agricultural Society, Roberts Manufacturing Feed Store, Clear Vision Optical, Massey Stores Barbados Limited, Worthing, Sunset Crest, Oystons, and Sky Mall. Massey Stores Home, Sheraton and Pierhead, Cape Shepherd Broad Street, Waterworld Pet Shop, Jordan's Complex Spikestown, Ticket Centre, Massey Supercentre Warrings. Be there.
Get your paper. Only $2.25. $2.20. Who? For what? That's Bear Stale News. I don't read about that on Barbados today since last night. That can't only care do. $2.20. Who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To the region now, in St. Lucia, a Canadian national escapes a 3-year jail term, offering to pay 75,000 EC dollars, that's 55,000 Barbados dollars, after pleading guilty to gross negligence in connection with a child's death. More now in this HTS News report.
It was alleged that Sahab Jamshidi, while kite surfing at the southern Washada Beach, took 4-year-old Eli Box onto his surfboard. The toddler was at the time building sandcastles during a family outing to observe Independence Day. According to reports, a wave sent the surfboard out of control, hurling Terrell Eli Box into the treacherous Atlantic waters where he submerged. Jamshidi maintained his innocence when arrested until his trial began on January 24, 2017, where he pled guilty. 3 sentencing hearings were adjourned until Thursday, where the Canadian national was finally informed of his fate. After taking a number of factors into consideration, including character witness statements, precedents set in other jurisdictions, and remorse shown by the defendant, the court sentenced Jamshidi to 3 years in prison. However, a submission was made by his attorneys Alberton Richlow and Van Dyke Jude, whereby the defendant offered to pay a sum of money to Terrell Eli Box's estate. Justice Cumberbatch welcomed the offer as a show of remorse, ordering him to pay EC $75,000, following which the remainder of the 3-year sentence would be suspended.
On the international scene, Malaysian authorities report that Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, was killed by a highly toxic nerve agent. Mr. Kim died last week after 2 women accosted him briefly in the check-in hall at the Kuala Lumpur airport. Malaysian toxicology reports indicate he was attacked using VX nerve agent gas, which is classified as a weapon of mass destruction by the United Nations. More now from the BBC.
Firstly, VX is a very powerful nerve agent. Just 1/100th of a gram smeared on his skin or eye would have been enough to kill him. Secondly, VX is very difficult to produce. This is not something you can make in your back room. It suggests the involvement of a nation state, and that of course points towards North Korea. And thirdly, VX is a banned chemical weapon under the UN Chemical Weapons Convention. And that means if this attack was carried out by North Korean agents, they have not just committed an assassination on foreign soil, but they're responsible for releasing a banned chemical weapon inside a major international airport.
And on that note, we end our afternoon update, but there's more online at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper email updates, or you can like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or Screenplay in a supermarket or a gas station near you. Also, check us out on Channel 99, that's Flow TV, or Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a fabulous afternoon and be safe out there.